Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Bass Fishing Tri-Nations Cup. This week we have an hour-long episode of things really heating up. And I'm not only talking about the weather, folks. The competition is getting scorching hot. Folks, there's a lot of tactics, there's a lot of everything involved. A couple of big fish caught means that there's a bit of a shake-up in the leaderboard. Let's see what happens.
Thank you so much for biting. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, that's a Zimbass. That's a proper Zimbass.
The Youth Bass Fishing Tri-Nations Cup is brought to you by Yamaha Marine Center, your authorized Yamaha dealership. Yamaha, quality, style, reliability.
Buddy, that's a once-in-a-lifetime fish. It's close to 10.5 pounds. For these guys, look, there's opportunities in Zim to catch several fish like that, but in a tournament situation like this, to catch a fish like that, that's pretty hard to beat. Very hard to beat. Really happy for him. It's an awesome fish in an event like this. Fantastic.
Oh, no.
You're gonna be thinking about that all day.
I'm gonna thinking about that forever.
For the rest of the week.
Sure, I'm gonna remember.
Until you catch a bigger one.
No, I'm not gonna catch a bigger one. Maybe if I come back, yeah. It's them.
Yeah, been very slow. Very hot as well. Definitely the hottest day we've had so far.
It's so hot.
We should have just gone to drop you off with Nick halfway through the day. Just
Definitely the hottest day we've had so far. It's been a tough day. Fortunately, we must have lost a few nice fish.
Oh.
Fuck me. Missed another one, nice. On! Just keep tension. The size? Good job.
It's so heavy when they're in the bag.
Yeah.
Slowly, you went through. Just keep tension. You're still on. Huh?
Go close to the sea.
It's beneath you.
Yeah. This way.
I'm going. It's off. I saw it.
I felt him hit anyway.
Let me stand left of you. So that thing was big. Didn't you see it? Didn't you see it?
No.
On. Oh.
Oh no. Was it tiny?
It was tiny.
Yeah, so I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but I think the heat is going to be even more. So might be quite interesting. I think the pressure from day one is definitely telling. Well, for us it is.
It's gotten really slow. This bite has kind of shut off for us, so we're just trying to find some high percentage areas where we know the fish are. They probably won't be big, but just something we could fill our limit out with when this bite window opens back up. But just trying to put ourselves in a position to catch the most fish, and then once we fill out our limits, we'll head back toward the main lake probably and try and find some big ones. Matt? Yep. Coming over.
Get the landing net under it. Yes, it's deep.
Oh, net broke on his bottom.
Big there. Thank you. Yes, John, what a legend. This guy, what a man. This guy is catching all my fish. This guy. John Wall. That's him right there. Oh, John.
Yeah, so Fibrecraft was started by my father in 1979, and we've just been involved in all aspects, water sport, boating, fishing, ever since then. The original Thunderbird was always a very popular bass boat in the region. It was a 17-foot, in its day when it came out, very popular, very sort of performance-orientated boat that was ahead of its time when it came out, probably 25 years ago now. And more recently we've developed off the same base, off the same hull. We've developed the new XL Thunderbird, which we've made wider, longer, and created a hell of a lot more space within the boat, particularly here in the cockpit area, in the seating area, and up front for 2 anglers to fish. We focused on fishability of the boat, but in doing so we've created a lot more balance, particularly at rest for fishing, and at the same time it's given us fantastic increases in performance. We've got a higher horsepower rating. You know, the balance and the setup of the boat gives it fantastic performance throughout the range. It handles the new boat with the extra length handles choppy water better. The Falcon's also a very popular all-species fishing boat and family runabout that's been around since the early 90s, and we've developed another range of boats off that hull. If you fished in Zimbabwe at Lake Kariba or on the Zambezi, chances are you've likely come across or fished off a Falcon. There's 2 here at this particular tournament. A very multi-purpose, practical recreational fishing boat. Guys can use for the river, for Lake Kariba, and also for bass fishing, quite successfully.
It's giant. It's giant. Come out of the grass. It's a giant. Yes, man! Woo! Yes, man! That's him, baby! That's him! Woo!
That's not even
Can we... Can I take this one in for a photo?
Yeah, can we put in?
Can I put it in a live file? I want to take it in for a photo.
Let's put it in a live file.
But am I allowed to jump onto that boat?
Yeah. Can you come?
Can you come close quickly? It needs water. Am I allowed to jump onto the boat? Yeah. Okay, will you quickly hold the trolling motor here? It's upset. Can you just pump water in there? I like it. Yo.
I should bite and I was waiting for you to start. You even looked at me.
Yeah, but I was waiting for it to take because you said earlier that I'm That's why I do bass fishing. For that moment right there. Oh, yes, net. Oh, it's giant. It's giant. Net. Oh, come out of the grass. Oh, it's a giant. Yes, man! Woo!
But we sell commercial boats for commercial fishing, tourism up and down the Zambezi River, a lot of lodges, houseboat tenders. And yeah, we've probably got the largest range available in the region, we would say, certainly in Zimbabwe. And we've been around since '79. We're probably the oldest manufacturer in Zim currently.
It's like rips.
So that's our best seller at the moment.
That boat. That's nice.
How fast will that run?
That one with that engine about 65 miles an hour.
How long is it?
It's also 19 foot, same length. But you can see it's got a deep feed. It handles rough water really, really well. It's more a Kariba tiger fishing boat. I've got one similar with a 250. That's about 75.
That's insane.
Keep pressure on it. That's fine.
I think it's size.
This one will. This one I'm sure will.
What do you mean it counts? I wish I could have fished catch that.
Mike too.
Oh, go on. That?
Okay. It's a nice one.
No.
Is it a number 5?
Really? Just maybe.
Yeah, I'll grab it in the hand. Not a bad one. Yeah, just bring it closer.
Oh, let's go!
Nice.
I got bag. Fucking
Okay.
need to throw.
Grace, you just carry on. Check us that.
Yo, look how strong this thing.
0.74 kgs. Releasing fish.
Oh. Small one again.
Sure. Same thing.
I know, he looks like he will be.
440, 0.44. Yeah.
40.
Oh. Damn it, 290.
290.
290. Sorry, bud.
Oh no, it's fine.
Oh, yes. Did you get that?
Did it in the bottom of the boat?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Oh.
I was gonna say one thing. I was sleeping, bro. I missed him. You know, I dosed. I looked at the camera and I feel a gung 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 gung. Thank you very much.
Scale zeroed. Bryce.
Mr. Bryce.
Zim team.
Oh yes.
He did have heat stroke, now he doesn't. 0.89. No, 0.92.
I'll take it. 0.92.
Yeah.
It's the biggest fish so far, but
Nah, I got a 1.2.
Ready? See? Now you don't have heat stroke.
I was dosing.
You got adrenaline.
Wait, do I have 5? That's 5 fish, right?
No. You got 8 fish.
I've caught 5.
Yeah, but it's a team thing. You get.
No, I'm just checking.
Is that a 10?
No, it's 9. Fish Oaks. I don't know what you name.
Sorry. Do you have another?
We're struggling. The fish is not biting. And we're in a little rockish bay. I've caught one now that's undersized, and John caught a small one just now that was size. And we're just dragging a little Carolina slowly and hoping, because we don't need big fish now, we just have to fill our bag here. And I think if we keep going with this, we might be able to fill our limit.
Net?
I think this one might keep. Oh man!
Net?
I think some people have caught some nice fish. We have definitely been struggling. Hopefully the last hour we can get the bags full first of all, and maybe catch another couple of bigger fish hopefully. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a tough day.
Yeah, that felt big. So it's even size.
0.33 kgs releasing fish.
On. Please be size. Get out this. Why is this fish so small? Guy, 4 fish. Getting there slowly.
0.48 kgs releasing fish.
Eat it. Oh no! Took my.
You mind if I pitch in there?
Yeah, go for it. Also not big. So I do this next.
Sure, bud.
Please get your bag. Standing on now. No, that's me.
Well done, buddy. That looks like a keeper, eh?
I think so. It's not big, but anything helps.
390, 0.39. 0.39. John. Hold on. One more. Then we can go looking for big ones.
There we go.
Scheiße.
You're the thing gave me a prize.
Christian. 0.55, 550.
50. Not bad. Last one of fish. Let's jump back in the boat.
Yeah, awesome.
I thought it was a 1.5 plus. I weighed 8.
It's gone. It's gone.
Put it on.
Maybe don't put that on it.
one, I can only wind so far.
That's a nice one, Dosh. You get that? Nice, Dosh.
Is it like the curry on your bait?
Just the extra spice, you know?
Hey, we need one of those.
Yeah, we need a couple of them.
We're going.
That's what we need, right?
Oh!
Kill me now.
Shit, man. I don't even know.
Boys, one more and then you're done.
Yeah. It's doing well, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 16 kilo, eh? Yeah.
Nick.
He's got 16 kilo.
Nick is cooking, bro. Well, the boat is 16 kgs. He has like 9 or 10.
What are you guys on?
Like 5.
That's fine.
4 points.
No, that's absolutely fine. You know, you get one more, you get a 1.5 kilo, then you're golden. So you'll pick it up on the stretch over here.
Yeah, so we decided to make a run all the way back to that bay where we had that 5.5 and that 10.5 earlier today. Figured that's probably our best chance to catch our limits today, and we'll see what we can do. Christian just caught his last one for his bag, so he's gonna try and upgrade, and I still have 2 more to catch, so we're gonna try and make it happen here in the last 30-40 minutes.
These oaks. No man, it's because they're watching fishing on TV all the time. And yeah, he does public speaking classes every day, that's what he told me.
I run my business insurance through there, my home insurance, my vehicles, my boats. Basically everything I own of value is insured through Vitacap. And I feel like I'm the winner in this regard. The service is great. I've claimed on unbelievable amount of things. I've broken and lost fishing rods, they've replaced those. I've smashed my boat motor to pieces twice and they've replaced that. I've crashed cars, they've fixed them. I've had stuff stolen at work, it's been replaced. I've lost iPads, computers, all been replaced. And the whole process it's really fantastic to work with them. It's simple. I've never had any unhappiness there.
I sat up for like 3 hours just now.
Out of the way. It'll be 10. 10!
Is that gonna weigh?
And now it doesn't go 10. I mean 300.
Then I jinx myself, then I'm just gonna piss.
Lucky bugger.
What was it, 3-0?
0.30.
Yeah!
And that'll be lines in, boys. Well done. Well fished under tough conditions today.
Yeah, I'm a bit bummed. Fished as hard as I could. Just couldn't connect with the right ones. Definitely had the opportunities at them for sure, but they got the best of me today.
Super stoked for tomorrow. Of course it would be nice to keep this momentum going forward, the big fish. I don't know, it's going to be tough still, and yeah, we're going to have to grind, going to have to make a lot of pitches, punches, but yeah, looking forward. Yeah, I think we work very well together. Yo, he's a very good, what do you call it, netter. He can, net all my fish. I netted all his fish. Work together very well, communicating, choosing spots on the trolling motor, no problems. With John here, yeah,
it was great fishing with him today, for sure. Fished really similar.
Yeah.
But he was definitely the better angler today.
Yes, you almost actually start a podcast. So now we feel like pros with this. In front of the camera and stuff.
Very well done, yeah.
I just really need to work on like getting those fish in the boat, because I've had 2 days where the key fish that, I missed them. And hopefully tomorrow, since I have a lot of experience now and I've learned a lot the past 2 days from both of my partners that I fished with, hopefully tomorrow will go better and I can really execute on those fish and fish clean and get a limit. That's the plan tomorrow. It's been tough, but I have faith tomorrow will be better.
Oh yeah, put it back on. Guys, what's happening? Liam MacDonald here, one of the founders of the Keepnet app. I'm just going to give you a quick run through of exactly what's happening. The guys have come in, they've synced their catches, and let's go and have a look what's happening here. So as you can see, we got a bunch of laptops set up. We're verifying every single fish. The scale on 0, the fish hanging free, and then a safe release. We got to remember this is all conservation driven, and the fish is in the best interest of everyone. So come this way, Andy, and I'll show you here. We got a video playing here. We got Alex validating a fish right now as we speak. We got rocks there and then on the big screen as well. So it's a pretty smooth process. We do go through every single fish and make sure that the standards are met, to make sure that there's no discrepancies later on. And yeah, safe release and conservation is key here. And that's what we look forward to.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2 of the ZNBF Tri-Nations tournament here at Mazukide Dam. Tomorrow, just to let you know that the scoreboard will be locked. You will not know the results until we announce it at the end of the closing ceremony. So as of right now, results are open. Everybody who has the Keepnet app can have a look at the scores. So without further ado, top 3, third place from South Africa, Luke Foles with 10 fish, 14.91 kilos. That is 32.87 pounds for 10 fish. So 9.9 kilos. That's a good. What was your biggest fish of your bag?
4.02, I think.
And you got that. What time did you catch that today?
I actually caught that the last 2 hours, about 2 o'clock.
Okay, so you found the bite, like yesterday there was an afternoon bite. Everybody was talking about, I had a chat to one of the guys who had a morning bite, but today, did you find more of an afternoon bite?
No, I found a morning bite. Afternoon slowed down quite a lot for me. I struggled to get fish and stuff like that, and then I actually got that kicker today.
Fantastic, yeah, well that's what we said, the kickers where it's going to count here. I mean, there are fish around, it's just about getting those kickers. So, Luke Falls, your current South African leader for day 2, 5 fish, 21 pounds. Well done, guys. Thanks, guys. Second place from Zimbabwe, they had a stonker of a day today. Nick Orphanides, 10 fish, 16.06 kilos. 35.40 pounds. Your first place angler for day 2, Nick Orphanides, on 11.50 kilos, 25.35 pounds for 5 fish. Nick, awesome job, well done. I think a 25-pound bag limit is, a lot of guys aspire to do that, and some may not do it in their lifetime. How was it out there?
It was pretty slow. The bites we took.
Yeah, well, way to stick it to them, Nick. Pretty slow and 25 pounds, but well done.
Yeah, the bites we did get, they were the right size, and that's what mattered. So yeah, we just want to try to replicate that tomorrow and keep it up tomorrow. And we should win the tournament.
No, fantastic, Nick. Enjoying the confidence. I mean, I can appreciate the confidence on 11 pounds, 25-pound bag limit. So enjoying the team, everybody getting on there.
Yeah, everyone's doing fine. I think we're a great team. We work well together. Yeah.
No, fantastic, Nick. Awesome stuff. 25-pound bag for day 2, Nick Orfanidis, Zimbabwe. Well done, bud. And your current leader after 2 days of fishing, Slade Harmon, your leader yesterday, actually still carries through to day 2. 10 fish, 16.2 kilos. So 108 grams between the two, 35.87 pounds. So well done to Slade, your current leader for after 2 days of fishing. This person I am going to call up. I think it's a momentous occasion, I'm sure, for him. The biggest fish for today, and I believe the biggest fish for the tournament so far. Christian he's going to tell me what his surname is. If you could make your way up here. Guys, your biggest fish of the tournament so far, 4.76 kilos, which is a 10.49 pound fish. Christian, awesome fish. Is that your PB?
Yeah, it's my PB, yeah.
Okay, we're going to ask you all the important questions. Time of day. Let's just stick with the time of day. How did it go out there for you?
Yeah, it was my second fish. It was pretty early, I think about 9. Pitching the match, yeah.
Nice fish. And then your first time at Maz, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Okay, great to see you guys. Christian with a 10.49 pound fish, 4.7 kilos. Christian, well done. Awesome job. Tight lines out there. All the scoring provided by Keepnet. A huge thanks to those guys as well. The whole purpose of the system is to be able to catch video and release your fish at the point of where you catch them, all in the name of conservation. And again, another day where we had 0 mortality when it comes to bass. So awesome job by Keepnet.
Keepnet is a fishing tournament scoring solution driven by angling conservation. Using the principle of catch, record, and release, this all-in-one app makes creating and running catch and release competitions easy. At the end of the fishing day, anglers come off the water, where they can then sync their catches. All the data is then uploaded to the Keepnet server. With Keepnet, you're not just catching fish, you're preserving the thrill of the sport and safeguarding our waters for future generations. Let's fish for the future, one release at a time. Download the Keepnet app now.
So without further ado, I think the captains have seen the results because they're all looking at my board here. So starting in third place, a cumulative total for the 2 days. Team USA with 78 fish, 67.360 kilos. Sorry, I don't have the poundage on that. I forgot to do that, but 67.36. So there has been a leaderboard change. Second place, Zimbabwe with 112 fish, 103.97 kilos, which means your new leader is going into day 2, end of day 2, leading into day 3. Team South Africa with 115 fish on 109 kilos. So there is a 5.13 kilo difference between first and second at the moment. Going into day 3, another hot day out there. A lot can happen in day 3. So wishing everybody, all the anglers, South Africa, USA, and Zim, tight lines, and getting some kicker fish tomorrow, Jackson. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks. That's your results for today, guys. Thanks, guys, and that's it from us.
Yeah, you aim it this way. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I know.
Maybe. Nick, can I ask you a question quickly?
Yeah.
You had a good day on the fishing today.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was mainly pitching in the thickest weed, and all my bites were coming in the thick weed. Yeah. I just made lots of pitches, and
But I heard you saying something about free spooling. What?
Yeah, all my bites were coming when the bait was sinking, so I was just letting my bait free spool to the bottom, and that's when I was getting it.
Okay, but how does that help?
Because when the bait like shoots down into the water, the fish reacts to the fast movement, and he doesn't have time to think. He just eats. So I think that was.
So what? It's dropping faster.
Yeah. So because I've got a heavier weight as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, just on today. Okay, I want to say well done again. All right. I know you gave everything. All right. I want to make a special mention of Croxy. Okay, he, as the sub, he went. I gave him a very specific duty. He went. He executed it to perfection, and it benefited the team. So, when it was his call, we asked Hayden to go and basically scout areas that we knew had fish, but the previous day it didn't produce any. So he went and he did that. We asked him not to catch any, but just to see if he was getting bites. And he went and he did that, and he got bites, and then we were able to move our boats from other areas into those areas where they caught fish. Okay, and that's where, when we talk about the team being all 13. So Hayden, well done.
Well done, coach.
Good effort. Okay, and whoever is 13, if it's Ryan or Bryce is not, whatever, you still have a job to do where you can benefit the team. There's 2 boats that are going to speak in detail. Then the rest of you, if you've got something important that you felt needs to be shared, you can share that. Okay, so we're going to do 3 boats. But what I really want you guys to listen to, guys, is the finer detail. Okay, because you're going to be listening to what Nick has to say, what Dirsh has to say, and you're going to be saying to me, but I did that. Okay, but you didn't catch the fish. Okay, and we need to establish what was the differences. There's something subtle, something little that they're doing that you're missing. Okay, so I have in my mind what I saw some of you doing. Okay, and we'll discuss that. But it's more important, you need to listen to the guys who caught the fish. I never caught the fish. I just watched some of you try and catch fish. Okay, the guys who caught the fish, you need to be very specific and detailed as to what was going on. Because it's more than just having the right bait and weight. Okay, I think we've all realized that now. Yeah.
We started around about there. Okay, yeah, there's a little spit of brainweed that comes out. We didn't get any bites until like in between there and the end. Where it was in, you caught the fish.
It was the brainweed edge. Growing off the edge of the brainweed was a little patch of oxygen weed. So it wasn't like in the brainweed as per se, as adjacent to the brainweed on the edge, and I pitched into it, and yeah, I got a bite, very subtle bite on the fall.
So there is various. You said a little patch of oxygen weed. Okay, hang on. There's lots of little patches, and a little patch can be 3 strands, 10 strands. That can be a little patch. Okay, detail. I know what you're talking about because I saw it and you explained it to me a lot. They don't.
The key with the oxygen weed and the brainweed, the oxygen had to like form a little ball, and then there'd be like a small clearing nearby. So wherever we found that, we got a bite.
So no matter what, like the oxygen weed, we got bites from like 3 strands to like.
It was mainly when it was in a ball about this size, and right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
In the ocky weed or
inside the middle of the
inside the ocky weed, and then almost all our bites, except a couple, were on the fall. And if they weren't on the fall, the moment it would hit the bottom, by the time you reeled up any slack in your line, you'd feel the fish. There was none of them came shaking.
Anyway, we carried on around right in the back here.
Just guys, this is the key, because these guys pitched all day and didn't catch. Okay, questions?
Did both of you guys have rattles on your pitching baits?
This is the core tube thing.
No, in the morning it was the fighting frog.
And in the morning for me it was a D-bomb.
Okay. Nick, how long were you leaving it in the sand?
I was two hops and out. I was not leaving it in there at all.
So also, obviously when you go shallow, it's full of oxygen.
If you go to the last line, there's no oxygen.
Yeah,
so where are you? In the middle?
It's in that middle zone. And if you got oxygen read deeper, generally there is.
And so did you find like when you caught a fish, were there more fish in that same little area?
Yes, definitely.
Like this.
100%.
So this cove. Yeah. What's that?
Guys, are we clear on this oxygen read, Matthew?
So if you caught a fish in the ball of oxygen reed, and you said just now that they were more in that area, were they in the brain weed or were they in the specific?
There would be like another patch of oxygen reed from us to like the camera.
So not just one end of there and fish
No,
around.
it was the same structure, but the closest one. So like if one bite was there, it would be by the camera.
Yeah, it'd be a general zone.
Also, that brain weed, was it like flattened? Was it like domes?
Was under the surface.
A lot of it was subsurface.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Where it's not clumps.
Yeah, no,
Was it just
one
one big
big
thing?
one big thing.
So the bass motor is in the weed.
Yeah, literally inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there any more questions on mark weed? Yeah.
Did it matter if it was on the deeper side or shallower side of the brainweed?
Most of our bites came in like the middle zone.
Like, okay, the bait was probably like 60. Okay.
How far were you pitching?
Depends on where we saw the oxygen.
Most of them were like around 5 meters.
Because sometimes you only see that what you're talking about when it's right there.
So or at least I was looking as far ahead as possible to see whether I could make a decently long pitch.
Okay, so there's something really important here which allows you to see this. What do you think it is?
Direction of the sun.
No, you've all got that. Sun behind you.
It's the wind.
What about the wind?
You have to be
quite calm.
Yeah.
You have to go into it.
If you're going into the wind, what is it making the boat do?
Slowly.
If you're going too fast, by the time you see it, it's too close, missed opportunity. Okay, and this was the biggest thing. You all heard me come and say, slow down, stay in the same place. Okay, you'll listen, you'll hear how long they stayed in a place. Okay, and the same will be from the other boats. Okay, so it's, if you're moving too fast, if the wind's pushing you or you're too fast on the bass motor, by the time you see it, you're too close. Okay, so it's as slow as you can, and you're searching for that. So the oxygen weed gives you a slightly different color in the water. You see a change in, you don't see the actual weed. You'll see that there's the brown brain weed, and then there's a slightly different shade. That's the oxygen weed.
Yamaha is a brand synonymous with strength and reliability, giving you top-tier performance and peace of mind. With Marine Center to take care of all your service needs, join the global family of euphoric Yamaha users by visiting marinecenter.co.zw. Yamaha shows you the way.
Okay, Nick, very good job. Well done. Okay, so I just want to highlight, and a lot of you struggled. You were pitching, but you weren't pitching at anything specific. You're just going through the motions. Okay, and through the day, you never worked out what you needed to be pitching into. Okay, so whenever you're fishing, guys, whether it's pitching, any kind of fishing, you must be specific in what you are targeting. Okay, because then, so say I'm targeting the thickest weed I can find. Okay? If you do that for an hour and you don't get a bite, what does it tell you? They're not in the thickest weeds. Okay? But if you're going along pitching every now and again at the thickest one, and then every now and again on the edge, and every now and again, you're actually building no pattern whatsoever, and you're just going through the zone and achieving nothing. So you're not learning from it. You're not saying, right, well, I've eliminated pitching deep. I've eliminated pitching the thick stuff. I've eliminated pitching the edge. Okay, you guys were just trying to pitch everything. Okay, and then as a result, you came away with little. Does that make sense? Were you doing that? Be honest with yourselves. Yeah? So you were just pitching and hoping against pitching and knowing. Okay. Cool.
I don't have to tell you guys where to go. I think you pretty much all have a good idea where the fish are coming out. Your partner's going to take you to fish. Tomorrow, they're not going to hold anything back. They want to catch fish, you want to catch fish. So they're going to take you to areas. I quickly want to talk about just baits and what baits work best for you today. I want to try and narrow down the colors and techniques and see if we can work on one or two things that might just give us an extra edge on a fish or two more. So just quickly, we're running out of time here. I know you guys are tired, we want to get to bed. I don't want a big long story about what you missed there and you did this and whatever. Just give me key information, what might be relevant for us tomorrow. Most of the fish that you got today, 90% or 80% of the fish, or probably 90% is all in punching, am I right?
Yeah.
Huh? What were the predominant colours for you guys?
Blue, black.
Watermelon red, blue and black.
Watermelon red is so special.
Watermelon red, eh?
It's so special in the morning.
It's a black with a red flake.
Yeah.
Right, so it's black, red, watermelon,
California.
California.
That's all I threw the whole day from this morning.
You got nice fish on that?
Yeah.
California. You also threw in California, no?
No, watermelon.
I was
Watermelon red.
California and then watermelon red.
Okay, so those are the colours, don't try anything else. Don't know what.
And I noticed today, if the lure has too much drag going down, I wouldn't get a bite, but as soon as it popped
Goes
down,
down quick.
and it goes easy through the weed, and I also noticed once it goes through the weed and then it shoots down fast, that's when I picked up the bigger fish. But when it went slow through the weed all the way to the bottom, and if it was a hard bottom, you can feel through your line if it hits the floor hard and it's a hard bottom. That's where I picked up all my better fish today.
Okay, so I saw that bait you were throwing. It hasn't got many little legs or anything like that. It's more streamlined.
Yeah, I was throwing a different one in the morning.
So like who caught on a fighting frog? Okay, so fighting frog is the same kind of thing because it's also, it hasn't got too many things and it's got that shape and it can go straight down.
Yeah, I put in tilapia also on that.
Tilapia. So fighting frogs, maybe mix it up with the fighting frogs tomorrow.
Which again, that deeper brainweed, where I caught one of mine close to a kilo. It was a point, then it dropped, then there was again a small fluff of brainweed. That's where I got it, and it's not even thick. You can't even go in it.
Barely.
It's not even that thick.
Barely.
Even if it go by the side.
Have you tried throwing something else there, like something weightless?
No, because again, it's hard to see it. You don't even see
until you're right on it. It blends in so well with the
it's
color
so
of the
small,
water.
unless you just like cast and.
Guys, do we know what Dirk is talking about? Because he keeps talking about this fluffy brainweed on its own. I don't know.
It looks like
you'll see small bass in it, or the small bass, they'll come out the point, you know, the usual brainweed deeper point you would pitch. They'll come out, they'll go straight to that, and then that's where the better ones were for me. I think we had about 3 fish on this bank doing that same thing in the deeper one.
I got that crap, I think.
Yeah, we tried the redweed again with the domes. There was nothing.
So it's the same thing. If the boat's moving too fast, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Has to be going
That's
against the wind.
Like Matthew didn't even see it a couple of times. And then we went to 28. So we started in this point, and then I thought everyone's doing that last line. So we went in the inside of that last line. So not too shallow. Then we found next pattern with the brainweed and the oxygen weed, because everyone is fishing that outside line. So maybe they scared the fish shallower, and then that's where I got my 1.9. Except there was this blank, then there was a brainweed dome with like 3 strands of oxygen weed. It wasn't even matted though. It was still, but it was green. And there were a lot of mosquito fish. Yeah, a lot of them. Even those redweed patches that I found fish in, there was a lot of mosquito fish in them.
You can see them spitting.
Yeah. So I think I had about 2, and then 1 year as well. The same thing. Everyone's fishing the outside. We saw Declan and them. Declan, right? Yeah. We saw them fishing the outside.
I don't think anyone would think to go shallow. But then that's where we found our fish. There was a few strands of redweed that came out the brainweed. That's where you caught it.
But the other
But the
bites were
brainweed, it grew. It was a flat, like a mat, but it was like a dip in the brainweed, and that's where the redweed was growing out. And then that's where you caught it.
But the other bites, there was nothing specific. That's why I got confused.
We're noticing a trend here, guys. When you're pitching just randomly into the brainweed, what size fish is it producing?
Babies.
Yeah. When he was pitching into the balls and the aki weed, what size fish was it? It was the bigger fish. And the same what Dirk is saying. Okay, so it's hoping, is pitching, just pitching, hoping, get a bite, 600, 700 grammer against, that's what I want. So I think when we're saying the guys are spending so much time there, because the boat's not moving, you're able to see much more. Okay, whereas if the boat's moving, you've only seen what's in front of you and the stuff on either side has gone past and you've missed it. Whereas if you're stationary, you can actually work in a full 180 degrees all the way around the front of the boat and make sure you're covering everything that's there. As soon as the boat's moving, you're missing out on particular weed patches. Does that make sense?
Can I ask a question? What are the chances that the fish will be in the same place tomorrow, and what if they're not?
So the fish, with the weather that's coming tomorrow, it's going to be hotter and less wind. It's likely that it will be the same. And if they move, they'll be in the same areas, but they're either going to move shallower or deeper. But they will be in the same areas.
Luke, you pretty much told us, is there anything specific you want to tell us that you think will make a difference?
So I did notice from my skipper today, every time I went to that redweed and I started punching that, he got very excited and was watching. And then he mentioned to me saying I love punching redweed. And I said, what, do you catch bigger fish? And he says, yes, him and another skipper have an idea of something that they had in practice. The redweed with a little bit of brainweed, but not a lot, a little bit that's inside of it. He says that's where you're going to catch a bigger fish. And then I remembered that, and then probably 2 minutes after he said that, I punched that exact thing he was talking about, and that's when I got my 4. And then I also, that 2 kilo was basically the same thing. And then also I found the mats with the hard bottom. That's where I find the bigger fish, but the mats with the non-hard bottom I catch your 0.0 something. And but all the mats that I punched that hit a hard bottom, that was a nice looking mat, I got a good feeling. And also, the points of the mats. That's where I caught all my fish. And then also,
so that's key.
Like Franco was saying, that weed, I was also punching weed, I could just barely make out it was a little bit of brown weed. And I punched in there, and then I also got quite a lot of keeper fish, but they didn't help me today. But if people are looking for stuff, don't be scared, because people aren't punching it. They're looking at the stuff they can see. I was today trying to find the stuff that they didn't see. And then that's how I picked up.
But yeah, so thank you. That's vital information, because again, you can see how the puzzle's coming together. It's the combination of structure, combination of vegetation. So look for that, and Ryan also confirmed it. He was catching them in the cabbage. So when you get a cabbage, or even I saw oki, every now and then there's some green oki that comes up between the brainweed. You can, so find a combination of grass, and that's where you want to be fishing. Okay. Stay in those areas, and again, at hard bottom, I believe you 100% correct there. That's why the guys are fishing. If you see the guys on the rocky points, you see all the little rocky points that come out. These little islands where you find rock, that's the harder bottom that you're talking about. And you can feel it. You've got a big enough sinker, you stick it in there, let it go to the bottom, and you can just hop your sinker in the bottom like that a few times, and you can feel.
You'll feel it hits.
You'll feel if it's hard, or if it's making a noise, it's a hard bottom.
Okay, you're not all going to get ahead. Okay, but I can tell you from competing against these guys in the past, especially when they have a lead, when the pressure comes, yeah, okay, they're gonna feel it.
also feel the pressure a lot.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose. You go out there, you give it everything, but try and get ahead and match him. If he catches one, you catch the next one. If he catches one, you catch the next one. Okay, and you gotta go. Fish for fish. Okay, I can tell you now, guys. Now this is important. Look at me, all of you. Okay, you are going to be pressured and bullied over the bass motor. Okay, they did it to the Americans today. Okay, there's voice messages that skippers heard giving them instructions. Okay, so you stand your ground. Are we clear, guys? Yeah. Okay, just because it's his call doesn't mean he's the only person who runs the bass motor. You can also run the bass motor. Yeah. But number one, you still, as much as you're competing head to head, you still have to work together. Otherwise, you're both gonna catch nothing. Okay, but you cannot let them dominate the boat. They should. No one. You shouldn't be dominating. They shouldn't be dominating. You should be fishing together. Okay, and whoever is the better angler catches the bigger fish, bigger bag, the winner. Not for any other reason. Okay. Yeah. Their coach, guys, we fished against him often. He's not a let's go and have a nice cup of tea person. Okay, he's going to be telling his guys to make it as uncomfortable as possible for you. Okay, and the way we respond, catch the fish. Because they can make it as uncomfortable as they want. But if they're not catching fish and we are, let me tell you, you watch them cry. Okay. Clear? Alright. Guys, we go now. You go to bed. Not to go and sit outside, take your shirts off, have a search, play on the phone. You go to bed and sleep.
But I punched here, and that's when I was punching a lot deeper. And then I found a nice weed point that came out deeper, and then that's where I got my 2. And then...
Guys, mark that, guys.
Yeah.
Mark it there first, right?
Yeah, then also, yeah, roughly about there. This whole bank, that's a very good one. Then if you guys need keepers, there's rocks that stick out the water. There's a lot of smaller fish, like 300, 400 gram fish holding there. You just throw a drop shot. I'll throw something about that big on a drop shot, like a junior fluke or even a small paddle tail if you have, you'll pick up a lot of fish. And then I went to this point here. That's a very, very, very good point. That's one good place I'm going to focus on tomorrow is here. There's a lot of cruising fish. I saw about another like 3.5, 4 kilo here. Then a lot of 2 kilo fish cruising there.
Where did you catch your 4? Is that where you caught your 4 most?
There, yeah. It's basically red weed. It's extremely hard to pull.
More stickers there.
Yeah. It's very hard to pull fish out. I struggled pulling the fish out, but you've literally got to set the hook like you're going to break your rod almost.
Okay.
But that's very good, and I didn't manage to go further, but it looked like there's more of that red weed around the point there. And then I also saw there was a Zimbabwe down there.
How's it, boy? You're right. Boy, you okay? Yeah. How are you feeling? Hey? We having a meeting, Vicky? Are you okay? Are you feeling a bit better?
Yeah, I'm really voice not. Or
Got a headache. Oh, shame. You got there's some food there, but aren't you gonna have a quick goof? A jump in the pool. I think you're too hot, boy. Is it? Okay, we're just finishing a meeting and would you want to come through? Are you okay to come? Okay, and Alessia, how's he? Alessia? Is he losing?
No.
Okay. Alright, we're just finishing up here, boy. Tomorrow, it's all about beating your partner. Okay, it's a bonus to get your 5 fish. I know it's going to be a tougher day tomorrow in terms of numbers, but just keep grinding it out there and just try and stay ahead of the game with your guy.
Well, folks, it's clear to see that these kids have found out some very, very important information. What's going to happen in the final day, folks? Tune in next week, same place, same time, for the final day of the Youth Bass Fishing Tournament. I can't wait. See you right here next week. Ciao for now.